Bum, 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 bum. Weather. Don't give crap. Excuse me? The one paid. What's going on? Sounds like something's happening over at the market. There appears to be some manner of dispute occurring. I think someone's berating someone else. I think someone kicked someone else in the stomach over Whoppers. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see.
Wrong, wrong.
Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for the spot, says Merchant Hines. Look, I've even got the permit for it, so stop lying to me and vamoose. Oh boy. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local, while the merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. It's a guy wearing a suit! So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province's ruling lord. Oh. So for Celtic, that would be... Ah. Uh-oh. It's getting physical! This isn't good. We must stop them. Meh! Or restrain DeMarco. Unhand me at once! I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Bah! What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Nothing mature about it. Since when was grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? So they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Adios' name is happening here? Uh-oh. It's the man in charge. Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah. And both permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay. I guess. Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything's gonna be fine now, though. Yeah, I guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Though I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh? How do you know about Class 7? Did Barney Cotton tell you about us? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Keldik's Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you if you'd be so kind as to come along. I'll treat you to some tea. Oh, okay. Ba 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 bum. Birds, even. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments? Indeed. Principal Van Dyke is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. And I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. Someone would have been kicked in the members. That's pretty much a guarantee. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right, both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the market, however, so whoever's relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's too bad. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true. It's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Croyston province is ruled by Duke Alberea, one of the foremost powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly. Freaking tax hike? And with the larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. That's a shame. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. Never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course. I've even gone to Bereahard numerous times to petition the Duke personally. But they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market? Or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions. But I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So mediating arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. What a bunch of bastages. One time when paintings in Crossville were associated with tax evasion. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study. And I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. Fun. You will? So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit, then? That's right. I've got a few difficult ones in mind, too. But I'm sure you're up for them. Well, we did just take care of a freaking dinosaur. Or at least I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. Bum 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 bum. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they control. And as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Albarea. Don't be influenced by rumors! The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do. Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Albareas represent one of the four great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the four great houses. Guess that's a no, then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent. Sarah! Instructor Sarah? What brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B? Now? The town of Parma is a considerable distance from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You four are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think and think. And I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. Ah. Adios be with you. I'll be looking forward to your report. He did the Lecter Wave. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn. Can she read minds or something? I'd suggest we return to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Oh, but we're not done yet. There's one last side quest we can do. By coming over here, and over here, and over here, and over here, and over here. Alright, troops. How's it going? Are you learning much out here? For the most part, yes. It's serving as a reminder that we still have quite the ways to go. Also a reminder not to masturbate. However, we have every intention of making the most out of this experience. That's what I like to hear. I'm actually about to get started on our evening sales here, so I'll give you all a wee discount if... Wait a minute, I think I just had a melter of an idea. What might that be? Right, I know you'll be tired after your hard work today, but any of you fancy to have a wee go at running the store for a bit? Are you sure? We're gonna run a store, by God! Oh, aye, it's fine. This line of work's all about having the skills to negotiate well, so it'd be some good experience for ye all. So how about it? It's certainly an interesting proposal. Try it out. If you're willing to let us do it, then I don't see why not. Haha, good to hear. Let's get started right away then. I mentioned that I was about to get started on our evening sale, didn't I? It might be a wee bit tough, but I'd like you to handle it. That does sound kind of rough. The idea behind it's simple enough at least. All you need to do is give appropriate discount to make a sale. The amount you discount varies, but sometimes you'd be talking up to half price. Half price? That's a lot. That's 50% for those of you down in Beaver City. Is it even possible to make a profit by doing that? Haha, it doesn't always work out. I even went into the red a few times thanks to... But even then, I still think doing it's worthwhile. Worthwhile enough to even send yourself into the red? My personal philosophy is that the amount of sales you make is more important than how much you make. The more sales you make, the more happy customers you get. And if you got more and more customers walking away happy, then your store is gonna have a good reputation. So basically it all ends up benefiting you in the long run. I see where you're coming from there. Though there's nothing to say that I'm 100% correct. Oh, I meant to say how do you feel about handling the store separately at different times? I'm okay with it, but any particular reason why? Well, there's no harm in competing with each other, is there? Think of each other as rivals and try as hard as you can to win. That does seem like an effective way to motivate oneself. I don't know about you guys, but sales aren't exactly my forte. Guess I'll take it as a learning experience. It does sound like it'll be fun, though. Can I ask if there's any specific guidelines when it comes to giving discounts, though? I assume how much of a discount you can offer differs based on the type of goods being sold. Aye, spot on. I split everything up into fresh goods and processed goods. Fresh goods speak for themselves, really. You want to get them sold out as quick as you can. That being said, you're free to make these up to half price if it comes to it, just so we can get all them sold. Processed goods wouldn't expire like fresh ones though, so there's no point in discounting them too much. You cannot just sell them at full price, so 20% off is the max you should go. So fresh goods can be sold for as much as 50% off, while processed goods can only be sold up to 20% off. Got it. Here's hoping I remember that. Oh, don't be shy to bump prices up a wee bit either. Deciding when the best time to do that to sell is all up to you lot. One can assume doing so all depends on how well we negotiate with each customer then. Now that's us sorted, let's get started. It doesn't matter what order you all go in, but how about you go first? It's fine with me. Huh, that settles it. Let's see what you're made of then, Reen. I wish you luck. Huh, thanks. Here's hoping it goes well. So we're gonna basically have to make different choices. Quest a day as a merchant started. That's fun. Welcome, welcome. We're currently in the middle of our evening sale. Sale style. He's more of a natural than I would have guessed. He'll bring in customers with guts like that. Wow, I don't think I could put myself out there like that. I'm rather worried myself. Oh, his first customer has arrived. Oh, are you working here part-time? I almost thought you were a pro with a voice like that. Oh, thank you. By the way, do you have any tomatoes? I need some for tonight's dinner, you see. We actually do have some. How many are you looking for? Looking for style. I think 5 should do for now. There seems to be a sale going on at the moment too, so how much would that end up being? It's 10 mira per tomato, and I can give her up to half off because they're fresh goods. How much should I sell them for in total? So you just want to do a little math here. And choose the 35 mira in total. 5 tomatoes would usually go for 50 mira, but I can offer you them for 35 mira instead. How does that sound? That sounds fine. I'll take them. Thank you for your purchase. Seems like he's made his first sale. Indeed. It appears to have gone rather smoothly, too. Smoothly style. Oh, here's another customer. A sale, is it? That sounds interesting. You know what they say, the customer's always an asshole. We're offering discounts on all our goods, so feel free to have a look. I assume that applies to this wine as well. Of course. Wine doesn't fall under fresh goods, so with a little mathematics, you want to say 900 mira? How does 900 mira sound? You sure you can't do better than that? Ba-ba-ba. And here you want to include some cheese. Include some cheese for 20% off. How about this? If you buy it now, I'll include this cheese for 20% off. And it actually is from Cheese Desert, by the way. Oh, that's an interesting offer. He's accompanies wine rather well, too. So allow me to take you up on that. Thank you for your purchase. That went pretty well. Geez, it's good. Another successful sale for him. Seems like he's gotten into the swing of things. I look forward to hearing how much he sold it for. Here's another customer. Oh, the evening sales finally started. It's Sweet Anita. What happened to Lyman? He's left me in charge for a bit. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Mom asked me to get some stuff for dinner. How much are you selling cabbages for? I need 3, but she told me to buy some extra if they're cheap. It's 20 mira per cabbage, and they fall under fresh goods, so again, with a little bit of mathematics, you want to choose sell 6 for 60 mira. That's a fact, Jack. 3 would normally cost 60 mira, but welcome back to the Radio Shopping Club, where the customer is always right, except when they're not. The 6 for the same price sound good. So I get double the amount for free? I'm sure my mom will be happy to hear that. Can I have them then? Of course. Thank you for your purchase. And thus Reen's turn came to an end, and the others were given a chance to try their hand at merchantry. Laura! Right, well, your turns then. Good job, troops. We owe you our thanks for giving us an opportunity to experience this. I agree. I'm sure experience like this will come in handy down the line. Haha, glad to hear it. But lots you did well too, considering it was your first time. It was pretty interesting seeing how your personalities affected your results too. Speaking of which, how did we all do in the end? Well, you had the least amount of sales out of everyone, Elliot. You did manage to make a fair amount, though. But that also means you really didn't offer that much of a discount. You have to be more aggressive, really. Sorry about that. I mean, he is a pretty timid person. Next up is Laura. You were a wee bit too generous with the discounts. Making lots of sales is good, but you still have to consider how much you're making from them, too. Understood. My thanks for the advice. Next up is Reen. You ended up doing really well in both the number of sales and how much you made. I'm pretty impressed, honestly. With a bit more experience, ye could become a fine merchant. You think so? I guess we've discovered another of Reen's hidden talents. Well done, Reen. Being told that by someone with experience here really is impressive. And finally, Elisa. You wouldn't happen to have some prior experience, would ye? Not really, no. That really is amazing, then. I have to be honest here, you almost managed to sell as much and make as much as I normally do. You even got a unique style that brings the customers in, so there really isn't any advice for me to give ye. That's quite the evaluation. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. So Elisa has the skill to potentially become a successful merchant, then. I have to admit that I'm a bit surprised. I didn't expect her to be this skilled either. Do any of your relatives happen to be involved with this line of work? Not that I know, no. Huh. Well, either way, today ends up being pretty interesting thanks to you lot. Here, take this, your wage for the day. What wage for the day, even? Receive coral bracelet. You made some good money too, so here, a wee bonus. A marble bracelet. Thank you very much. Are you sure? I ain't no danger, you all earned it. Earned it style, even. I'll catch you all later then. Wes, a day as a merchant completed. God damn it. Alright, so that pretty much does it. Back to Weathercock. Return to the inn for dinner. Dinner style, even. Like a smart guy. Do 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 do.
Ah, that was delicious. Those were some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small.
I've always loved rye bread. Seedless rye bread, to be specific.
What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
Reasons chocolate chew.
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or, rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the Academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Reen? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Laura style. So you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs
But
bite.
we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
We gotta write the situation reports. Helga style.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Reen?
Uh-oh. I think it's time to get berated.
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Xseed school consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest. I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaves School, in fact.
What a pervert.
But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
I guess I have.
That's a shame. Dun dun bum 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 bum. You know what I mean?
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday.